So if you didn't watch Supernatural, Season 10, Episode 1, you missed out on a pretty great episode. We got to see Demon Dean and all that entails in that. We got to see Sam start to go a little too far in trying to find his brother, but not as far as we've seen him go in past seasons. We got to see Cass work with Hannah with trying to bring angels back to heaven and just see what kind of dire situation Cass is in now. And most importantly, we got to see some of the misadventures of Crowley and the squirrel. So starting off, we get to see Dean slumming it out in a bar, singing really, really bad karaoke, getting drunk, getting it on with a cocktail waitress, and beating the crap out of anyone that he feels like beating the crap out of. We finally get to see Dean having fun, which is kind of sad that in order for him to have fun he had to become a demon or have the mark of Cain, but still pretty cool to see. You'll also notice that Dean has a little bit of a new haircut, which I really like. Meanwhile, Sam, of course, is trying to find his brother, even though Dean left a note on his pillow saying to not find him, let it go. Sam tortures a demon trying to get information out of her, and kind of seems like he's enjoying it. For a second there, I thought he was going to get back on the sauce, but I think they don't want Sam getting back on Demon Blood, because that might detract from Dean's storyline. And let's be honest, this is the first time that Dean has had a really awesome storyline, and we don't want Sam taking the spotlight again, because Sam has had the spotlight in so many seasons. Just give Dean something. So while Sam is torturing a demon, trying to figure out where Dean is, he actually gets a clue and discovers that Dean was at a little gas station, mart, whatever, and ended up just murdering a guy that was trying to attack him. He goes and talks to the clerk, and I think this was like one of my top 5 moments. Just the clerk with his code brown and his facial expressions of what was going on, and I'm sorry I didn't do a field investigation for a guy that just went crazy and started stabbing another guy. So through this investigation and figuring it out, Sam discovers that an Abaddon follower was sent to take out Dean. He got to see a picture of Dean and see the flash of the demon eyes, so the all-black eyes, and figured out that the follower ended up leaving his cell phone behind. Calling Crowley on the phone, he figures out that Crowley was the one that sent the Abaddon follower after Dean to kill him. Sam does his normal, I'm gonna get my brother back even if it kills me, cliche that, we've seen redone over and over and over again. And Crowley has some of the best lines. 2 of my favorite is when he goes, Dean Winchester completes me, and the other one about the misadventures of Crowley and the squirrel, which just was so awesome. So Sam ends up tracking him, which is what Crowley wanted, because Crowley is sick of hanging around the bar, drinking, singing, karaoke. He has other plans, and Dean is just happy having fun. And let's be honest, if you were Dean, this is your one chance to be fun and free, and he's taking advantage of that. So nevertheless, Sam tries to follow the tracking on the cell phone and get to them, and before he can, his car ends up dying. He figures out there was a kill switch on it, and the guy that has the kill switch knocks him out. This guy is pretty much a Jeremy Renner lookalike. Ends up knocking Sam out, ties him to a chair, and we figure out that he wants Dean. While all this is happening, Castiel ends up trying to help Hannah bring 2 angels back to heaven. There are certain angels that are still on Earth, they refuse to go to heaven, and that these 2 angels actually tried to kill the angels that previously had come to, bring them back. So Castiel and Hannah end up talking to the 2 angels, they both refuse, a fight breaks out, the man angel ends up being killed by Castiel, and the female angel ends up wounding both Castiel and Hannah and ends up running away. So we're going to see a whole plot with Castiel and Hannah working together, I'm hoping. There were some cute lines, like when Castiel opens the door and Hannah's there and his robe is open, and Castiel goes, I'm sensing awkwardness, and she kind of glances down, he's like, oh. And then when his driving actually made Hannah nauseous. So a lot of people kind of think this was the weak part of the episode. I did like it. I like to see what's going on with Cass. We know that Cass was sidelined by Sam because he's not up to snuff. And we also know that his grace is running out and that he will die. And he refuses to kill another angel to take his grace. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is that eventually Hannah's going to die and give her grace to Castiel, but we don't know that yet. I find it really hard to believe that Castiel is just going to die. Back with Dean and Crawley. Crawley really wants him to get out of there. Dean is happy where he's at, and so that's why Crawley ended up helping Sam track down where they are, because he has other plans, and Dean, isn't exactly the puppet that he was hoping he would be. He really is a partner, and he's someone that can refuse and do his own thing, and, has to make sure he satisfies the Mark of Cain. Speaking of that, we figure out that, which, you never know because Crawley has so many strings and likes to lie so much, that the reason why he was sending followers after Dean was because Dean has to satisfy the Mark, otherwise he becomes full demon. This could be an excuse for Crawley just to want to get rid of the Abaddon followers. We don't know. He could be telling the truth. Again, you just never know with Crawley. So Dean, I'm guessing, finally does decide to leave because he asks the cocktail waitress to go away with him somewhere, and she says, we hardly know each other, and he gets really miffy, and he goes, you're right, I just sleep with any bar skank. And so that kind of ends their relationship, and we get to see, again, the really kind of evil, cold side of Dean. What really drives it home, besides him beating the crap out of people and insulting women and murdering someone that comes at him with, passion, is when the guy that captures Sam ends up calling Dean and says, if you don't show up where I say, I'm gonna kill Sam. And Dean's like, okay, have fun. Just so you know, eventually I'll run into you and I will kill you. But until then, this is Sam's fault. He's the one that decided to stay here, so sorry. So the fact that Dean is at a point where he doesn't even care about his brother anymore. There might be a part of him that cares, but for the most part, Dean's like, sorry, bye, Sam. We really get to see how far Dean has fallen, and the fact that he doesn't care if his brother is killed. So I really enjoyed the episode. I got really high ratings. Other people really enjoyed it. I also listed my top 5 favorite moments from this episode. If you want to see more videos about Supernatural, make sure you like, subscribe, and come back for more geeky videos every day. Black. When he is driving down the road with Hannah and he has to pull over, and Hannah looks so nauseated, and Cass goes, I didn't know angels could get nauseous.